Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here, and in this deck guide video I'm going to take a look at Elemental Shaman in United in Stormwind. Elemental Shaman got 3 new cards from United in Stormwind. There's Granite Forgeborn, 4/4 Belcor, reduce the cost of elementals in your hand and deck by 1, and that card is just downright insane. There is a nerf patch coming today, which is going to reduce the health of Granite Forgeborn to 4, but that simply doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything in this deck. This deck is going to be perfectly fine after nerf patch. Granite Forgeborn is going to be a great card after nerf patch. It just doesn't matter for this deck. There's Kennel Slugger, which gives the deck a bit of rush, bit of lifesteal, so some more defenses against very aggressive decks. And there's Auction House Gavel, which gives the deck a little bit more tempo, reducing cost of Battlecry minions. There's tons of Battlecry minions in this deck. Auction House Gavel is kind of optional. Some of the lists don't run it, some still run, for example, Menacing Nimbus instead of Auction House Gavel. That's also perfectly fine. And still, some good additions for the archetype. Because of Granite Forgeborn and now minions costing less, Dunk Tank has been cut from Elemental Shaman United in Stormwind, but Primal Dungeon is still vitally important for your card draw. So in order to power up those 2 Primal Dungeonaries, you kind of want to have at least 4 spells in the deck. So the mainline options are Serpentine Portal and Lightning Bolt. Neither is that great maybe, but both of them can go face, so if you're late in the game you dig with something with Primal Dungeon, you're always going to get face damage. Feel free to experiment if you like, especially with the Lightning Bolt inclusion. You could try some other spell, but you need to keep that spell count up. As for the legendary minions in this deck, there are typically 2 slots for legendary minions in this archetype, and currently Instructor Fireheart and Alakir the Windlord are the ones that are being used. Alakir of course is from the Corset, so it's freely available to everybody. If you don't have Instructor, you can play with Alexstrasza. Playing with Alexstrasza has been quite a bit weaker recently. The fast meta of United in Stormwind has really preferred Instructor and Alakir, but now that meta is slowing down a little bit, that means that Alexstrasza should become more viable as a replacement to Instructor Fireheart. As for the mulligans with this deck, there are 3 cards that you're always looking for: Kindling Elemental, Wailing Vapor, and Granite Forgeborn. Just getting on the board at the start of the game and then getting those discounts on your elementals. If you already have some 1-drops, then you can consider keeping Gagema's Custodian and Arid Stormer. If you play a list with just 2 weapons, that makes Gagema's Custodian a little bit more attractive. If the new meta is a little bit more board-based, a little bit more minion-based, that also might make Gagema's Custodian a little bit more attractive. So there is a chance that that is also a card that you want to keep in every mulligan in the future. And well, then you just play your typical mid-range gameplay from there, playing 1 card to maybe 2 cards at most per turn. Bigger and bigger threats, just taking over the board, taking over the game, and eventually winning. Elemental Shaman is not a very exciting deck. It doesn't do a lot of fancy things, like Instructor Fireheart is the only bit of randomness pretty much in the deck. Maybe a little bit in Serpentine Portal, but it's consistent and it gets the job done. And I expect it to be very, very good after the nerfs as well. Now, let's go take a look at Elemental Shaman in action, and if you enjoy this content, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. What if they coin Backrunner? It's still fine. I can afford to play Wailing Vapor here. I have Kindling Elemental into Custodian next turn, and then I have Arid Stormer on 3, if I need a minion. That's a pretty good start. Another Wailing Vapor first doesn't help, so it's the Kindling Elemental first. It doesn't make for a better next turn. I'll play these and I trade off that one. I'll leave them with just the 1/1s. They kept everything though, so it's possible that they have an adorable infestation there as well. That one now, like this. They would. Don't this one to live at 3 health or at 1 health? I'm okay with 1 health. We just develop more minions now, right? I believe we do, yes. This one. That one, take the trade with that. Push face with the Wind Fury minion. Now, if that card is a Barracuda Bane, they will still get an incredible turn 5. This can still also result in an incredible turn 5, that's the Rhino. But now with the Slugger, I'm less worried. What if I play the Slugger now? No, I don't want the lifesteal yet. Kind of need to kill that. The only spells in my deck are Lightning Bolt and Serpent Shrine Portal. There's a 50% chance for me to get a Lightning Bolt. So this is actually just going to be the Whack-and-All Hammer. I will trade away the Gaia Worm. I guess I can trade away the Arid Stormer. Take a little less damage from the Rhino. The Rhino has to kill the Stormer, though. Maybe I'll kill off the Stormer anyway. Let's see about doing it in this order. I might get a Taunt Totem too, that's possible. Okay. So now they should have the 7/6 Rhino in hand. They actually have 2 copies. That's 2 copies are better than 1. At least usually. So now I need to be prepared for the next Rhino as well. Does the Slugger prepare me for the next Rhino? I will have 6 mana again next turn. Also, are there ways for me to pressure? 6, 9. I need another 8 damage to win. But I think the Slugger will be fine. Slugger trades away that, gets me some extra health. Oops, that was a mistake. I should have obviously hit first. I was talking so much that I forgot to do it in the correct order, which means that I missed 1 damage. Could have had them at 6. Which would have won the game. Incidentally. But it's still okay. Mistake. Alright, so I expect this to be a hand buff paladin. They again also keep most of their cards. So there should be some explosive stuff coming. I need to get rid of that Divine Shield. They might have a Hand of Adal, which would allow them to value trade on this one. They have it. But still, removing the Divine Shield was better. Because against the 3 health, that one won't help anyway. Now I can't keep up the Elemental Chain. But I might not need the Lilibet Lurker yet. So I think it's acceptable to kill that with the Elemental and go face with the other.
Really? It's not too heavy.
Bannerman okay, and then Coin, and then they have the 1/1 with Taunt. Now it's a 2/2 with Taunt, of course. Yes, they do. We're going in with the Whack-a-All. We get to hit into that one. Buff up a minion. So that we can push through that. And the question is, do I trade? I think I'm not into trading here. We just go face. We can be punished by Samuro. Samuro is the only card that punishes me. I don't think I can afford to play around it right now. That wasn't bad either, I suppose, but it didn't really punish me. I think we need to check the Lilibet Lurker here. I believe we need to do it like this. Clear that board. I still have Fireheart for some random stuff, because Paladin has tons of resources here. Including Overlord Runtag, it seems, so they have even more hand buffs. That's inconvenient, I will need to kill that. So at this point they have +2/+2 on a couple of cards. Rantak is one of the weaker cards in that list that will probably be removed eventually. Is this a Fireheart turn? I do wonder if it is. If they find some first place of Rin, that would be awkward. I think we need to check what the Fireheart gives me. Please give me a Devolving Missiles. So we need to Rock Biter. I guess we need a Lightning Bolt. Here we got a Torrent. At this point we're trying to rush, but I'm afraid I ran out of damage a little bit there. Paladin might be able to win this. They need a rush minion still. Without a rush minion it will be difficult. But with a rush minion, anything's possible. Oh, that and the Taunt minion can also work. They need another Righteous Protector.
Have you no respect for the dead?
But that was useless. Okay. Yeah, dead. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and check out my Twitch channel.